So Dune, or Dune Part 1, is a science fiction epic directed by Denis Villeneuve, and this is the third attempt to bring Frank Herbert's novel of the same name to the big screen. And in Dune, we follow a huge ensemble cast that includes Timothée Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Javier Bardem, Zendaya, and Stellan Skarsgård, just to name a few of them. And in Dune, we primarily follow Paul Atreides, played by Timothée Chalamet, a man who's been born into a destiny far greater than his understanding, and Paul has been having these visions as of recently, and at the same time, he and his family relocate to planet Arrakis, known as Dune, and Dune is home to the most valuable resource in existence, known as spice. They soon learn that they're being thrust into a war in which they're being hunted down for this specific resource. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Dune.
Excellent!
As you all know, Dune was my most anticipated movie of 2021. I cannot tell you all just how excited and just how hyped I have been for this movie. Ever since I learned that Denis Villeneuve, who is my favorite director working today, was directing this movie, I have had no reservations. I have had 100% faith in this man. I mean, I loved Arrival, I love Sicario, Prisoners, Incendie, Polytechnique, with Blade Runner 2049 being one of my favorite movies of all time. And by the way, before I continue on, I have not read the book, so this is coming from a guy who pretty much knows nothing about Dune, minus a couple of things in all honesty. I sat down so fucking excited, to say the least. By the time this movie ended, I cannot tell you guys how much this movie blew me away. Performances wise, I thought everybody did terrific in Dune. Like I had mentioned earlier, I have not read the book, so I can't really say personally if the actors did the characters in the book justice, but from what I saw, I thought everybody crushed in this movie. Jason Momoa, I thought, did a great job of playing this badass in this movie. I mean, Jason Momoa did such a great job of playing a badass in general, but in this movie, he is a guy that I could not get enough of in this movie. And not to mention as well, he had great comedic timing here as well. Rebecca Ferguson in this movie did such a great job of playing this badass warrior priestess. Oscar Isaac, I thought, absolutely killed in this movie. Josh Brolin, I thought, did a great job of playing this teacher to Paul Atreides' character. Zendaya in this movie doesn't have a lot of screen time. However, how they set Zendaya's character up for part 2, I cannot wait to see what they do with her in part 2. Stellan Skarsgård doesn't have the most screen time, but man, oh my god, does Stellan Skarsgård command that screen. Obviously, the main star of this film is Timothée Chalamet. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've liked Timothée Chalamet as an actor. I thought he has done very good so far, but I never loved him as an actor until Dune. Dune showed me that Timothée Chalamet is a movie star. Timothée Chalamet does such a great job portraying this character that obviously doesn't know what he is in for. Timothée Chalamet does such a great job of not only carrying his burden on his shoulders, but the power that he has in this movie. And there are some certain spots in this movie where Timothée Chalamet honestly blew me away. Going on to the story. Oh my god, the story for Dune. Obviously, no spoilers, trust me guys, this will be completely spoiler free. From the moment that this movie started to the moment it ended, this movie had me hook, lined, and synced from beginning to end. The best way I can describe the story for Dune without giving away anything, to which trust me, I'm going to be as vague as possibly can. I'm going to combine two different things here. Imagine the politics of Game of Thrones meets the story and the lore of Star Wars. Knowing how much I love Game of Thrones, and knowing how much I love Star Wars, match made in heaven for me. Knowing it was directed by Denis Villeneuve, to which, like I mentioned before, my favorite director working today, cherry on top right there, and my god, what we have here is one breathtaking and exhilarating spectacle of a movie. By the time this movie ended, I was eager for more, and I wanted to see part 2 immediately. I want to talk about Denis Villeneuve's direction. As you all know, Denis Villeneuve is my favorite director working today. Ever since I heard he was directing this movie, I have had no reservations, and man, I gotta tell you all, Denis Villeneuve knocked it out of the damn park in this movie. From what I have heard, not only is Dune such a rich book, not only its detailed in its storytelling, but I have heard that this book is essentially unfilmable. Denis Villeneuve did it, man. One thing in particular I have always loved about Denis Villeneuve is that this is a man that always concentrates on atmosphere and the power in detail. And I can't wait to see what he does with Dune Part 2. Please, Greenlight Dune Part 2. Moving on to the action sequences. Oh my god, the action in this movie. There are so many words I could use to describe the action sequences. It's a spectacle, they're exhilarating, they're thrilling, and every time they happened, my jaw dropped. Denis Villeneuve does such a great job of not only capturing the spectacle and the action for Dune, but he makes the action so easy to follow, and it's filmed beautifully. I mean, there are so many parts within the action sequence that legitimately make me go like, Dune, in terms of its cinematography, this is a magnificent looking movie. Roger Deakins did not shoot this, and Roger Deakins is really Denis Villeneuve's frequent DP. This was instead shot by Greg Fraser, who is currently working on The Batman, which looks absolutely incredible. I'm not gonna lie when I say that I was thinking how great this would have looked if Deakins had shot it, but Greg Fraser shoots one stunning movie. How Greg Fraser captures certain locations in this movie, watch this in IMAX, because the IMAX footage, I can't use words to describe how great the IMAX, I mean, more than great, honestly. Watch out for a sequence involving a sandworm. The way how he shoots this. Again, going on to the score by Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer's music here is nothing short of masterful. Hans Zimmer is known as one of the goats of film composing. I mean, look at his resume. Lion King, Dark Knight, Inception. I mean, to say that Hans Zimmer is one of the greatest composers of all time is an understatement. Hans Zimmer's work here, though, I think is going to join that list of his music, because the music here, to put it simply, I haven't stopped listening to the music of this movie. I mean, the way that Hans Zimmer uses drums, choir, bagpipes, amongst a couple of other things. There are many great tracks in this movie, but there are three in particular that I have not stopped listening to. There's one track in particular from Dune. It just might be my favorite track of the year in terms of film composing. Hans Zimmer has not only outdone himself, but I think in a way, he's kind of reinvented his sound here. His work on Dune is magnificent. So as I was editing this video, I did not realize this, but apparently I cut out two parts of this video, so I thought I might as well just refilm them here. Dune's runtime is about 2.5 hours, and while that might seem like a long movie, and it does kind of feel that way at times, but at the same time, due to the style of the pacing of this film, I did not mind that whatsoever. As you all know, Denis Villeneuve has a very methodical style of pacing, and due to the amount of content in this film with part 1 alone, the pacing is perfect for this movie. As soon as this movie ended, I wanted part 2 immediately, right when the credits started rolling.
Well, that's just fucking great!
This particular issue isn't an issue that I have because I loved this film. However, this is an issue that I can see maybe some people having with this movie. Dune has a methodical style of pacing to it, and for that reason, I can see some people, maybe some, being turned off by the pacing. Otherwise, that's it.
And here we go.
So overall, Dune is an epic, breathtaking spectacle. I went into this movie with some pretty high expectations, and this movie not only met them, but it exceeded those expectations. I absolutely loved Dune from start to finish. This is easily going to be in my favorite films of the year, and I am absolutely going to give Dune a 5 out of 5 stars. God, what a movie this was. So comment down below and let me know, what is that one movie that you saw recently that you had some pretty high expectations, but it exceeded them? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat, so if you all want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links in the usernames in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Dune. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever the latest video of mine goes live. If you guys want to see my previous 2 reviews, please click right there or right there. And of course, in my next review or video, I'll see you all next time.